What up, YouTube? How's it going? Chinorific here. Again, just wanted to do a follow-up from the last video that I did. Again, I don't really do videos, but I just thought it would be a fun thing to talk about. So, Creator Clash 2 went down this weekend on Saturday. So, if you wanted to watch influencers, you more than likely probably caught that. For me, I was more interested in seeing how our boy here, LeonHart, was going to do. From the if for any reason you were one of the folks that ended up seeing the video that I recorded, pretty much was picking up little clips here and there from the video that he put out of his training. I wasn't that confident on how well he was going to do in this, so I kind of was thinking that he was going to get stopped. And basically, I think the difference was more of like the mechanics of how he moved. Like the athleticism wasn't there for LeonHart when he was kind of like showing what he was doing in training, especially like the sparring sessions, the way he turned around. Wasn't comfortable with getting hit. Didn't really inspire confidence. So overall, and I guess Crank gameplays a little bit more athletic. Didn't really see much on how he was training, but just the simple fact that he was a much more athletic person. My speculation was that he was going to be probably better prepared and probably was able to pick up a lot more skills on when it comes to like punching mechanics and movement to be able to kind of add more damage. So shout out here to Punch Play. We're going to look at this short that was uploaded that kind of shows the beginning of the end for our boy here, LeonHart. So as you can see, like again, we a lot in boxing we like to call that like cat pawing. So from a defense perspective, head's not really moving, not really there, so he just kind of gets overwhelmed. You know, he gets his standing 8 count, walks forward, but in reality, at that point, it seems like Leon just had like a little bit too much. And kudos to him. It's not easy. Like look at how filled that stadium is. Also, that's a lot of people to be fighting in front of, especially if you've never done this. I gotta give them, props where props need to be given. Just going in there and stepping in takes a lot of courage. Not a lot of people tend to do that. But I guess like from an overall perspective of how it went down, like it wasn't really surprising. It was very impressive that he actually made it to the third round. I really thought Crane gameplays definitely looked like he was able to pick up the fundamentals of boxing a lot better. So his punches didn't look as robotic. He wasn't really pawing when he was throwing. So at least when he was hitting, that would definitely create more damage. Like one thing that if you really haven't done any type of like combat sport, like pushing with your arms as you kind of like throwing those punches, you're not really like adjusting the hips, like actually using the body mechanics to kind of add a little bit of oomph into those punches. Like you really kind of get used to them, and you can just walk through them and just run the opponent down, which kind of like is what happens here in this end sequence. Again, like very awkward stance. He's like doing this weird kind of like hand out here, like you can use that in traditional Muay Thai, but in boxing, maybe not as effective, especially if you're not really utilizing the jab or have an understanding of how to utilize the jab. But again, he's a content creator. He opens up Pokemon cards for a living, or I guess you might still open up Pokemon cards for a living. Not 100% sure, but yeah, like if there was no way he was going to win this fight, he was just going to take more damage more than likely. That really wasn't necessary. So yeah, he could quit. The one thing about it is like if your on brand is like never quit, this probably doesn't play well to it. But again, if fighting's not something you're pursuing as a career, definitely something that really maybe it's just a bucket list thing. You do it once and probably just you have a cool story to tell about how you fought in front of fighting in front of that many fans. Like I've done martial arts for 25 years and competed. Biggest crowds I probably competed in were maybe 3,000 to 4,000. Like that's pretty ridiculous. So props to him. Again, like full disclosure, not the biggest fan. Have nothing against the guy. I think he just done like some very weird, shitty things in the past, but whatever. Props to him for going in there and getting it done. Well, getting it done more of like actually making the walk and going in there and giving it the good old try. But again, I think Ethan or Crank gameplays was just going to be too much for him to deal with, anyways. Especially after seeing how how he was kind of reacting overall to, um, yeah, just his reactions during sparring were not inspiring confidence, and you were able to see that throughout the fight, like in the first, second, and third round. So not surprised that it was a stoppage. Again, I'm part of probably being an influencer and all this stuff is like having to deal with all the shit talking that's going to be happening. Everybody's going to be putting you down, but again, he went out there and did it. Definitely have to give him props for that. But yeah, maybe the Pokemon community, which is near and dear to my heart, maybe gets a good representative at the next Creator Clash that might be able to put up a fight. And honestly, it's a little bit hard to kind of like think of anybody that might do well, especially not really knowing like anybody's backgrounds and from athleticism perspective or anything like that. But yeah, we'll see if the folks that kind of like that promotion that handles Creator Clash maybe pulls another representative for the Pokemon community to throw down, or maybe just have some folks from the Pokemon community fight each other. Like, shit, there's been so much drama. I love it as a recipient of watching the content. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents. Talk to the 2 or 3 people that are probably going to end up watching this video by mistake. And yeah, hope you like it. And yeah, catch you later. See ya.